Hello everybody and welcome to the Coach Oak Show on Coach Oak TV. You are here with Coach Oak. The Iki Town Incineroar have done another draft. That's right, we have joined another league. Actually, two more leagues. I might like being busy a little too much, guys. I might have a bit of a problem. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Draft leagues are fun. This is good busy. Anyways, we have joined the NBA, the National Battling Association, I believe. And yeah, it is going to be a YouTube upload required league. So that's pretty awesome. That will be my first upload required league. Now, a lot of my leagues, as you know, myself and a lot of the other guys do upload, but it's not upload required league. So that's kind of interesting. That's kind of fun. So do check out all the channel stuff. I'm sure there's lots of stuff. It's put on by, being led by good buddy Matt Metagross. So check out his channel. If I remember, I'll link his channel and or league channel and or I don't know. You already have my front office channel, so you know. One of which Honor 6 will be acting as my assistant coach if needed. But yeah, so he just kind of gets more privileges to see the doc and stuff early, and if I need somebody to battle for me, he could. I don't plan on it happening, but really what happened is it gave him a little more reason to help me build this team. And yeah, let's jump into what the tiering we're looking at here. It is a tiered draft. This is Season 2 of the league. I believe Season 1 was kind of like alpha. It never really got off the ground, so I don't know for sure. But if there's a Season 1, check out that wherever it is. So tiering, we are tiered. We have one Tier 1, one Tier 2, two Tier 3s, Tier 4, Tier 5, a Mega Tier, 4 free tiers, and we do have an S tier, which if you take one, counts as a free pick. And the Megas are tiered, like S tier Mega, Tier 1 Mega, etc., etc. Couldn't take an S tier Mega and an S tier non-Mega. Was a stipulation, as well as lower tier megas giving you more points, etc. So if you took an S tier, you were definitely encouraged towards taking a low tier mega, as it would help you with your free points. One other thing to note, like a lot of stuff might seem out of tier to those, especially those in the UPC. UPC and this league have extremely opposite tiering philosophies of like UPC Honor and crew, including myself, kind of tier as like if it's auto-picked in a tier, it needs to move up. Where this one's more like if there's any chance of viability in a tier, it goes down. So you will see a lot of stuff in if you're a UPC guy or whatever, you might see some stuff you're like, that feels odd in the tier, and like it does a little to me, but it's kind of fun, right? Like it's fun to see things that normally you have in Tier 3 and Tier 5, which there's a couple examples of, or stuff that you're like, that's always Tier 1, and then you're like, oh, that's Tier 2, what? Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff like that is a bit interesting. I have a fun team. We'll get into it. It's not necessarily my best team I've ever drafted. I got sniped a little, not a lot. But more just, it's fun. It's fun. I think hopefully you'll find it fun. Let's see. We had, I believe, the fourth pick in the draft. So I was looking to get something nice, fun, S tier, right? You know, of course. Why wouldn't you? Just make it a little more fun. So we went out and got, right off the top, Genesect. We picked up Genesect. I debated between Aegislash and Genesect. And yeah, Aegislash might have been better. I like Genesect though. So I went with Genesect. Sketchtor, based off of Sector, which is Sketch's Genesect in UPC. Or not Sector, which is the Genesect in UPC that's not on his team because he got sniped this time around. So, based off that, but in honor of Sketch, I went with Genesect. You can see he's ready to go. Modified by Team Plasma for maximum destruction. So, of course, this means Genesect is great. You do kind of need to build around the fire weakness a little bit. So you'll see how that goes as we go through the draft. How I kind of built around that a little bit. Although I'm not going to lie to you, it didn't go this way. So spoilers, I mean, very super minor spoilers. I really thought about setting up a sun team around this sucker, which is one way to go with it. To just kind of say, well, he's going to die to fire anyways, let's boost the fire and go around that. So there was some thoughts tossed around about a sun team, and it didn't quite happen, but that's fine. We went in another direction. And our second pick, actually, we were sniped here. We started, Honor and I specifically were starting to build, and I kind of had two megas in mind. I had Mega Char X and Mega Venusaur. And as you'll see, we ended up going with Mega Venusaur. I ended up deciding on Mega Char X, and then ending up going with Mega Venusaur. Which the Sun team kind of came into thought, because it's not a first turn Mega League. So I could go Chlorophyll, and then when I needed to go defensive, all of a sudden I could switch to the Thick Fat Mega, which would have been interesting for sure. And I mean, I just never know. I could run Z Sunny Day on something or just Sunny Day with this, and I don't know. There's options. But yeah. So this became more of a grass type not weak to fire is ending up here. Mega Venusaur's fun. I've wanted to use it in a while. I like Mega Venusaur. Patilida Hun is what I'm going with right now. I don't know if I'll stick with that name or not. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. But we have Patilida Hun, the Mega Venusaur. Thick Fat, yes, still only neutral to fire, but, you know, super bulky. It's a grass type who can do a lot of things. It's very flexible, similar kind of to Tangrowth, a little more balanced on the defensive. No regen, but reliable recovery, doesn't need the Assault Vest as much. Obviously can't run the Assault Vest as much because it's a Mega, but, you know. So I've had some fun with Tangrowth in other leagues, and this is kind of where I wanted to go, and as I said, I wanted a grass type who wasn't weak to fire. Neutral is what I was looking for there, obviously. So the Thick Fat will definitely provide that for me. Mega Venusaur is something you can definitely build around. It's a very big wall, a very big threat. Only really weak to flying and psychic. Genesect deals with psychic pretty well. So I do have a bit of flying, a bit of fire still. They kind of patch up. So we'll see how that goes throughout. So this was our Mega. It is a Tier 1 Mega. So I got 0 points, but I didn't lose any points. So when I picked Genesect for over half of my free budget, you know, that means I'm using less of my free points, but I thought the way the plan worked out, there was a lot of Tier 5s I really liked, and I saw a lot of value in, so I was fine with doing that. So we jump to Primarina, Tier 3 Primarina. I've been wanting to use Primarina. It's just a nice breaker. We're going to start to build our Fire, Water, Grass core here, as well as filling in the Fairy Steel Dragon core. So you'll see that kind of start to come to fruition. Nice special breaker here. Genesect can kind of be a breaker on both sides, as well as decent speed. We're kind of a little slow here, but we have one good wall that's kind of offensive. Breaker that's kind of bulky, and Genesect, which is kind of a little thing of everything. Pairing with that, we have Gingerback, the Darmanitan. We pick up a physical fire breaker to go along with our special water breaker. So we have our Fire, Water, Grass core filled out of Darmanitan, Primarina, and Mega Venusaur. 2 breakers, and a wall that can be a little offensive. So, Darmanitan Primarina is something I had to play against recently in UPC against Sumami, so shout out to Sumami. And it's scary, man. Like, just being able to destroy on both sides, you have to have something to counter both. And it's kind of things you have to prep for. And on Tier 3 to get that combo of breakers is something really nice, especially when I have my own kind of stally wall, and like, it can't be toxic, so I can toxic other walls. Like, walls don't really like my team right now. If you want to have a stally thing, I don't know how you're gonna beat this at the moment, because I kind of break or outstall you. And so Darmanitan is something I haven't used yet. I've kind of wanted to try it out. I think it's a little one-dimensional, but at a Tier 3, should be a couple kills and a death a match. Flare Blitz will destroy itself as well, but, you know, it will get there, and it will kill some things on the way. Scarfed Arm is annoying, and if you get speed control, which the plan was a lot of speed control. Like, when you see this top 4, right, like, they all kind of wish they had some speed control, and they don't, but that's fine. We're going to pick up Tyrantrum. Still no speed control, but we have Hunter, Hurst, Heartless, Triple H, the Tyrantrum. Physical breaker, bit of setup as well. I wanted a nice rock type, because I'm having a little bit of fire and a little bit of flying weakness, so I wanted rock type, which isn't always something you need in a draft, but it's nice. Rocker, it's a absolute breaker, and it's something I've wanted to try. It's a nice dragon type too. Offensively, if you can get this thing on speed control or against something that can't break it, so something that's hitting it physically probably, Like physical fire types are the perfect thing for this to deal with. So it just deals with them so well and sets up and destroys. So head smash, of course, we are looking forward to head smashing on some suckers. And it's going to be fun. And I also gave this thing Z moves. We had 3 Z users, 1 that can do status and attacking, and 2 attacking Z moves. This is my 3rd Z user, so this is one of my attacking Z users. I thought about Genesect, I thought about Durmantam, I thought about Primarina here. I went with Tyrantrum just because I think I'll have a little bit more fun with it. Honestly, this draft, a lot of it was just like, let's have some fun. I'm looking forward to Tyrantrum. It will be interesting. It'll be interesting to use. I haven't ever really used it at all, except in one playthrough of Y. That was a Nuzlocke. Yeah, first Nuzlocke I actually did. It wasn't that fun. I'm not a big Nuzlocker. No, but I did use Tyrantrum there. It didn't survive. It did survive, so... Z out, the option for Z Outrage, Z Head Smash. When it goes Strong Jaw for coverage, or it could stay Rockhead in coverage. It's got options. It's got a lot of options there with Z that I kind of like, and I'm interested in exploring. I don't know how often I'll run a Z, but you never know. We have an old friend. Celuin is back. Ranunculus is here. Very bulky, nice wall, nice setup, destroyer, special. So Wincon, nice bulky psychic. We now have our Fire Dragon Steel and Fairy. Fire Dragon Steel, not a thing. Fire, Water, Grass, and Fairy Dragon Steel started to build on a 3rd core, decided to build a Dark, Fighting, and Psychic. And Ranunculus is going to have some very good synergy with a couple of things I bring later. So we're kind of going next part of the draft, right? We got our kind of absolute breakers. Assuming Genesect is special, you could say 2 breakers on each side, and then a massive ball on Venu. Ranunculus is special breaker, as well as regen, as well as setup, magic guard, destroyer on the special side. So I've had a lot of fun with Ranunculus. It's something I sometimes use well and sometimes use bad, so we'll see how it goes. We have Shaggy Daggy Doo. The Piloswine is here and ready to go. He is a Violite, Rocker, Ice type, Ground type. Things I didn't have. I almost went Mammo. I've always kind of considered Mammo, and I never go with it because they're types I don't typically take high in Ice and Ground. But I want a good ground type for something that's coming later. At this point, I'm waiting on my tier 1, and you'll see I want a good ground type to help it out in Primarina, as well as something physical to help them would be great. Physically defensive, I mean. So we got this good priority in Ice Shard. Nice ground type. Out of tier 5, Piloswine is very, very useful, and I kind of went with it a little early just because I didn't want someone to take it. Miltank had already been taken before this, and I was thinking Thick Fat Miltank would be great for this team. But instead we get Thick Fat Piloswine. So our second Thick Fat Mon, both neutral fire, neither resist. But, it's something, right? Fire's not going to destroy us very much on this team. So far I'm not very fire weak. I have a few resistances, but... so that's kind of been patched. Still a little bit flying weak. Not a ton, but, flying types with fire coverage, that's common, so it's something I had to deal with this team. Looking forward to Piloswine. I haven't really used it a ton in draft. I've used it a lot other places, and Piloswine's fun. We have Darfield. This is definitely an old friend. Darfield has been on many, many teams. It's currently on other rosters as well. It's something that fit the speed tiers. As you can tell, my team's slow at the moment. My team's very slow. 115, it's a bulky team as well, bulky breakers, so Parting Shot's going to help it out. Originally this was going to be Sneasel. Same speed tier, same dark typing, just a little more offensive, but when Miltank got taken, went with Piloswine and Alolan Persian instead of the Miltank and Sneasel. And this might actually be better, to be honest. I've used Alolan Persian a lot. I'm starting to get not sick of it, because I love Alolan Persian. Darfield's the best. But, when you use something a lot, you kind of want to use other things. I'm starting to get to that point here with Alolan Persian, but I do love Alolan Persian. I feel like it's going to help this team out. Speed tiers, dark typing, and that Parting Shot to make everything a little bit bulkier and help the breakers out, right? That they can kind of get in and destroy a little bit easier. And then we have Motor Drive. We have Rotom. Rotom. I was starting to get a little ground weak. And Levitate here. It's nice. Obviously, 1,000 Arrows still doesn't like it. I didn't have a Ghost type. Didn't have Electric type. It's kind of a nice feature for my team. It's kind of in between some things, which is nice. I just love Rotom. As you know, it's in my top favorite mons of all time. If you didn't know, go check out that video. It's way back. That was a while ago. But, you know, we have Rotom. I love Rotom. It's the cutest little thing. I love it. I love the original form the best, too. I don't like the other forms as much. But it's adorable. And I'm looking forward to using it. It can definitely do some things. It can definitely cause some problems. Nice status sending out. So T-Wave off of this is nice. Pain Splits, well, it's kind of fast, kind of bulky-ish. It's kind of one of those, it can do a lot of things. Nothing great, but it can do a lot of things. And if I can get some usage out of it at tier 5, I'm very happy. And Defog now as well. Getting Defog, I was pretty weak on clearing to this point. So that was really the idea here. Levitate, less ground weak. Electric and Ghost type didn't have either. So Spin Blocker as well. And then we get the Defog as well. And it's a kind of fast Defog. It's not weak to rocks either. So that's nice. That's going to help this team out a lot. Rotom, and it's Rotom. I love my Rotom. Rotom. We have Gutmonchan is back. Gutmonchan out at tier 5. So for those that don't know, and most of you won't know this story, we had a little contest. I love Hariyama, and I think it's great. And I think it's overlooked. I think its biggest comparison is Conkeldurr. I'm not saying Conkeldurr's not better, but I'm saying Hariyama in draft has a lot more flexibility in terms of abilities and things like that. That it can be more defensive and whatnot, as well as very similar moveset. It's not quite as good, but it's very, very similar. And I kind of was like challenging the guys in UPC that I was like, hey, Hariyama shouldn't be 2 tiers off of Conkeldurr. So we made a contest in Season 1 where originally it was just because Conkeldurr was in Honor 6's draft plan, Hariyama was in mine, and to see who could get most kills. And then we ended up including Sketch in that because he had a Machamp. So we had the Gutmons and Gutmon Cross as well, you see on UPC. Wasn't in that contest, but we have the Gutmons. Those are our names for them. That is the contest. Hariyama did win that Gutmon contest, by the way. So it's something I enjoy using and I think is very good. And I look forward to using it again. And out of tier 5, Thick Fat. So I have a Fire Resist here. Thick Fat Fire Resist. Absolute breaker. It can do so many things. It pairs very well with Ranunculus. Very, very well. This thing is going to be a beast out of tier 5. We've got it up in tier 3 in UPC because I won the Gutmon contest. I got more kills than Conkeldurr or Machamp or anything like that. Even Heracross that year too. Anything that was kind of like comparable to it, it beat. The only other things that's kind of the Hitmons. So I also debated Hitmonchan here for Rapid Spin, which would have been nice and probably maybe a little better, but I love Hariyama. So excited to use it. Very excited for that. The fighting type options out of tier 5 were great. There was Crabominable too. I wanted to use Crabominable out of tier 5 because I love Crabominable, but I have it in my playthrough right now, so that will do my Crabominable. Anyways, we have Hariyama. The Gutmonchan is here. Looking forward to using this thing again. I love it. I love Hariyama. It's great. It's great. So underrated. And we have our tier 1. We were able, everyone else kind of took their tier 1, so I was able to wait. I had 2 things I was considering. The other being Thundee Eye. But when things worked out with Rotom, and at that point I knew no one else could take a tier 1, so I was able to take Rotom. And no, I could get Torn T, which is a better feature for the team. This is my fastest thing at 121. Then we have the 115. And then I dropped to, I believe, 99. Then I have some things in the 99s. But we have Torn T with Defog, Regen, pairs really well with Ranunculus. It's going to help out our clearing. Nice flying type for the team. Can be pretty bulky as well. Can Tailwind, absolute monster. Also, it was able to give it Z moves, which Torn T loves its Z moves. One of the best mons in draft format, in my opinion. Absolutely incredible. I've been wanting to use it again for a long time, and here we go. It is here. It is here. And I did forget to mention, Alolan Persian has our all Z moves, so we get Z Parting Shot as well. So a Regen Core plus Z Parting Shot with those breakers and those walls is kind of how this team ended up shaping up. As I said, I don't think it's necessarily my best team ever. but I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm looking forward to using it. And this is your NBA Season 2 team roster for the Iki Town Incineroar. I hope everybody has a great season ahead. Hope everyone's having a great day. I don't actually know when this is going up because I'm recording it right at the end of the draft, and I'm sure we have a day for draft analysis to start going up for the league because it is YouTube upload week, so I don't know. But check out whatever video I posted before this. Stay and check out whatever videos after. Hit that sub button if you are new and want to stick around and see. I've got lots of draft leagues going on at the moment, lots of stuff. Hopefully at some point I'll have more non-draft league videos, but still Pokemon as well. Get back into that, but hope you're having a great day because Coach Oak said so. Like this video if you think we got a chance this season, guys. I know you know pretty well no one else probably in the league at this point, unless you're in the league, but if you think we got a chance, if you think we're going to make playoffs, let's go with that. Hit that like button. Comment down below any thoughts you have. Any free agents maybe you think I should make, anything like that. Please do check out all the other coaches in the league. Check out the league channel itself. And enjoy everybody.